Welcome back to a Timey-Wimey pod where each week we dive into the timey-wimey world of Doctor Who. I'm Rebecca.
I'm Haley.
And this week we are discussing Series 5, Episode 12, The Pandorica Opens. Haley, how are you?
I am good. How are we here? Like, we say that, but, and I've said this
Every
so
week we
many
do this.
times, literally for the past 2 years of our podcast, I've been saying that, but no, like, dang.
No, like, we're ending Series 5, we're gonna start Series 6. Like, what do you mean?
This came so fast.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
So insane, but how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I was at a so my town, they're doing like a film festival right now, and a bunch of like actors are in town talking about their movies. Like Jacob Elordi was here talking about Frankenstein. Michael B. Jordan will be here later this week talking about Sinners, all that kind of fun stuff. And there was a David Bradley mention last night during Jacob Elordi's panel discussion thing.
I love how yesterday you just like texted me. First time I started off was you were like, I see Jane Lynch. What show was she in that we both recently watched and loved? And I was like, so lost because I don't think you told me yesterday was the film festival.
So valid.
Yeah. But then I like caught on and then it was tea. So what was the David Bradley mention like? What was the general vibe? Is Jacob Elordi tall in real life?
He's so tall. He's like a mountain you want to climb. He's giant. And Sydney Sweeney was also there, who like whatever, but they were like at one point standing next to each other, and it was like crazy. He's so tall. But the David Bradley mentioned, so first we see him because they showed a clip of the movie Frankenstein, which I haven't seen. I didn't even know David Bradley was in that, so I was like, oh my gosh,
No.
that's Doctor Who, that's David Bradley. And then the moderator, he was interviewing Jacob Elordi, and he was like, oh, what's like one of your favorite moments from filming? And he talked about how much he loved working with David Bradley, and how he was a big fan of his from like the Harry Potter movies, and he really loved working with him, and he learned so much from him. And I was just crazy because I was like, oh my gosh, David Bradley praise, like David Bradley mentioned at the film festival. This is crazy because if you know Haley and I, we're always looking for the Doctor Who connections, and we will 100%. Find them.
We will find them. We found it last year at the last year's film festival. I think you also mentioned that in our podcast.
I don't think I did. No, we talked about it. But last year or 2 years ago now, we had Rafe Fiennes come. Oh yeah, I think it was last year because he was talking about Conclave. So Rafe Fiennes was there, and he has a little Doctor Who connection. He used to be married to Alex Kingston. Yeah, we will always find the connection.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's like actually insane.
Yeah, so it was cool.
That is cool. Oh. Maybe like an actual actor one of these days who was in Doctor Who will pop up.
I'm hoping. I need someone needs to be, because everyone that comes, they're all in like the big like Oscar movies. So like I feel like Matt Smith's Oscar day, I feel like it's coming. Like one of these years it's gonna happen, and he will show up.
Okay, if that happens, Rebecca, you need to tell me as soon as possible so I can be there with you.
Oh, I will let you know as soon as I know.
Thank you.
But are we ready to talk about the Pandorica Opens?
Yes.
Alrighty, so this episode aired June 19th, 2010. It was written by Stephen Moffat and directed by Toby Haynes. And get used to that name. You're going to be hearing it a lot in the next coming weeks.
So we have some consistency finally.
Oh, we're going to have lots of consistency.
Nice.
The next couple of weeks. Yeah. Let's see. I only have two, so which one do I want to share first? Okay, so There was a cut line in this episode with Liz 10. She was going to explain that most of the residents of Starship UK are back on Earth, but she's still on the starship to take care of the star whale.
Okay, that actually answers a question I was going to ask you when we talked
Oh,
about
okay.
her appearing on screen. I'm like, what's the situation in the royal like art gallery? Like, what's the situation? Is this on the starship? Is this on Earth? Like, what's the tea? So that
Yeah.
answers the question somehow. They're back on Earth, even though they're caring for the star whale, even though they left the Earth for a reason. So how are they
Yeah,
back on
didn't like
Earth?
the Earth explode? Like, isn't that why we left? And also, like, okay, why
Yeah.
aren't we just letting the star whale go? Like, why do we
Yeah.
need to have the starship on the star whale still? So I'm very glad that line was cut because it opens up too many
Yeah.
questions.
Actually, it answers one question, but then causes so many other questions to pop up. So honestly,
Yeah,
I agree.
I always assumed that scene was on the starship.
Interesting. For some reason, I always thought that scene was on Earth, which would not make
Oh,
sense. The starship would make much more sense.
yeah. So some of the scenes in this episode were filmed at the real life Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. Okay. Some were filmed at a replica, but like that first scene, I think it's the first scene that they show there with like the three of them, Alex, Matt, Karen. I think that's the real Stonehenge. They could only afford to shoot there for one night,
Mm,
and they weren't allowed to touch any of the stones or bring heavy equipment, and old lighting had to like be done on the ground. So which I'm guessing means lighting had to be like on the ground, pointed up. I don't really know. That's what it said online. But I think it's funny that it says like they weren't allowed to touch the stones because they clearly were touching them in that scene.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Very interesting. Very interesting.
yeah. And once I knew how to that like one was real, one was replica, you can kind of like notice it if you pay attention. Like in some of the later scenes, the Stonehenge just it looks too like clean. It looks too
Hmm.
like a replica. Like you can tell when they're at the real one. I've never been to the real one, but you can kind of just tell.
Yeah. I wonder
But
how much it costs to film there.
yeah, I wonder. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking about the you didn't watch the Ted Lasso finale, but there's a really horrible scene in the finale where they get married at Stonehenge and
Oh,
it's the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life. It's actually so bad.
wait, so they like recreated Stonehenge?
Yeah, but it's just like a green screen. So it looks like really
Oh,
bad. It's so bad.
ew.
It's actually terrible.
That is terrible.
It was yeah, it was bad. All right, you ready to jump into the episode?
Oh, I sure am ready to jump in, and I need you all to lock in for this episode. It is that
Lacking.
serious.
It is. It's serious.
So serious. There is so much ground to cover. I have 6 pages of notes. It's going to be a great time tonight.
Okay, so what are your general thoughts on this episode, the first part of the two-part series 5 finale?
This is a certified banger. No notes other
Mhm.
than that.
Yeah, the certified Big Bang.
Yeah. It is honestly incredible. In my opinion, one of the best part one like
Mhm.
finales of the show.
Yeah, I agree. I really like this part. River's song is here, so and literally any
Mm-hmm.
episode she's in, I'm happy. Like every scene, I'm just like kikiing. I just love that she's
Same.
here. And yeah, there's some fun moments, great reveals, and it's a great episode. It's so good.
It's incredible. I love how this episode starts off. Like, we see just an assortment of different characters.
The
So,
Avengers assemble of series 5 side characters.
mhm. 1,000%. So we start off with no one other than our man Vincent Van Gogh, who, okay, so I need to admit something.
Okay. Oh
Until
no.
watching the episode today, I low key was like, oh, so in the Doctor Who universe, this is Vincent's reason for cutting off his ear, and he cuts off his ear after this, after hearing the TARDIS explode. But I then realized that's never explicitly mentioned or said. I have just always assumed
No.
the absolute worst this entire time.
You just made that headcanon for no reason.
But you know what? In my mind, in the Doctor Who universe, that's why he cut off his own ear. He couldn't handle the noise. It's so
That's
bad.
horrible.
I know.
Oh, that's so funny. I always feel so bad for Vincent in this scene. Like, he's
No,
going through
me
so
too.
much, and he's hearing all these things, and like he's worried about his friends. Like, it's so sad.
It's so sad. And everyone, that random lady is just there. She's like, it's bad enough. You're a drunkard in the town, and now we have to endure your scream. First off, he's screaming for a reason, lady. Like,
Yeah.
calm down.
And then she's just shitting on his art. Like, damn.
Yeah, it's diabolical. Like, girl, you have no idea who you're speaking to.
Yeah. And then it's 1940 something, and we see
Mm-hmm.
Winston and what's that guy's name? Bray something? Bracewell.
Right. You remember? I'm so proud of you because I absolutely did not remember that.
It just came to me like a vision. Yeah, we have Bracewell and Winston. They find the painting and they're like, it's a certified Van Gogh, which I'm like, how do they like determine? Like, obviously it looks like a Van Gogh because like Van Gogh has a very specific style, but like
Mm-hmm.
for non Van Gogh people, like, how do you determine a painting is real? You know what I mean?
No, that's such a good question. How does anyone in general discern whether a painting is real or fake? Like, you could put two Mona Lisas in front of my face that are identical, and I'm like, they're the same.
I'm sure an art
Yeah.
expert is like yelling in their car listening to this right now.
I mean, I feel like I should have the caveat of like things that are harder to discern. Obviously, if I have a wish.com version of the Mona Lisa, I can tell the difference. But I'm talking about if it's like a really good like duplicate or replica, like how do you tell the difference?
Yeah, no, literally.
And then we have our girl, we have our queen pop up on the screen, River Song.
Yeah, yes. Okay. We get so many good outfits from River in this episode. Like,
Yes.
I love her just like casual like sweatpants, tank top in jail, and she gets the phone call and she's like demanding to talk to the person. So good.
Mm-hmm.
We love Storm Cage River. Like, it's the
Yes.
best.
So iconic. And the men never learn. They never learn with her and her
Never
lipstick.
learn. The hallucinogenic lipstick strikes again. And I think this is one of my favorite escapes because she just draws a little doodle of herself on the wall and the guy's like pointing his gun at a drawing. So good.
So good. I love how he's also like, your tricks don't work on me. And then everyone behind him is just like, dude, she
They're like,
literally drew a stick figure. Like, she's gone.
yeah.
What I want to know is how does she get to where Dorian is? Because, sorry, we see the blue guy whose name is Dorian, and he gives her the vortex manipulator, but how does she get there from Storm Cage to get it?
She probably stole like an escape pod or something.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It is worth asking, like, how does River get around normally? Like, she's always
before
here
this.
and there.
Yeah. Very interesting. We do need to talk though about the vortex manipulator.
Yes. Is that after the? Yeah, that is. But before
my bad.
that, yeah, we get the
Thank
listed
you.
scene, and we get her iconic cat burglar outfit. So good.
So good. I love it. And I love how they're both like, who are you? And then River's like, who are you? And Listen is like, I'm the owner of this house.
I'm the owner of this house. Yeah, I love how she's like, the doctor.
Yeah. I love that cameo. It's like so you don't expect it. Like I
Yeah.
did not expect it. And so that was fun.
It's very fun. I love it.
Me too. And then we see her with Dorian, and he's basically part of the alien black market, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess so. Yeah. And he has a vortex manipulator straight off the
Mm-hmm.
wrist of a handsome time agent.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
What handsome time agents do we know?
Jack Harkness. So, something I do want to put out there for people who may not be in as deep of the lore. This does not mean Jack Harkness is dead, because he most certainly is not dead at this point.
No.
He just doesn't have any extremities anymore.
Or
I
he
don't
grew
think.
it back.
Oh, no, you're so right. He is like a lizard. He really is.
Yeah. Plus, you never know. It could come from. We'll never know.
We'll never know. You know what? Maybe he was out there with an amputated arm, and we never know.
Probably. Yeah. We really wouldn't. And then we finally meet up with Amy and the doctor, and Amy is so cute in this scene. She's just on that little swing under the console, just staring at the ring.
Yeah. Beautiful ring, by the way.
Yeah, it's a good ring. Not bad.
It is. And 11 decides that he has a genius idea, and he's like, let's go to Planet One, which is the oldest planet in the universe that has a cliff of pure diamonds that has writing from the dawn of time, which no one has ever known what it means. No one's ever translated it. And so he's like, let me go translate it. And
It's always funny to me, like, that it's just funny that this specific doctor decided to do this at this specific time
mm-hmm.
when he needed to end up in Rome, or not Rome, they're not in Rome, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like it's so funny how this whole episode happens just because the 11th Doctor finally decided to do this thing that theoretically he could have done at any point in time
I
ever.
know. I'm always so curious. I'm like, so what caused him to do that right then and there? Like, was something in his ear? Was there some space gossip? What was
Mhm.
it? What was like the leading force behind him going that day? I would love
You
to
know,
know.
we know from later on that River likes to leave little hints in his like jacket pockets. So maybe River
Mm,
left like a little brochure or something.
you know what? I bet that's 100% what it is.
Yeah. But I love that she carved that like wall or whatever because she just knew he was going to show up. Like she
Mm-hmm.
knew he'd get there eventually and see it.
And I love how it says "Hello, sweetie." It's
Of
just
course.
perfection.
And I love his little smirk when he
Yeah,
realizes, like, okay, you're starting to like this. Like, you can pretend to be all annoyed, but he's happy.
he is. And they head to the Roman Empire,
Mm-hmm.
where ooh, who's there? Cleopatra.
Mm. You know, this is, I guess, you know how not River, you know how Alex Kingston like wrote a book a few years back.
Be more specific.
I wish I could, but she wrote a book a few years back, and it's like kind of leading up to this moment and explains like the whole Cleopatra thing. I don't really know
Oh,
anything about it. I haven't read it, but I just know about it because of that one Penguin Teen interview she did where she reacts to like the best River Song moments. One of my favorite
oh,
videos.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read that one. I just asked to be more specific because I didn't know if you meant like she wrote like a memoir that I had yet to hear about, or if it was like one of the Doctor Who related books. Because, okay, I've never read the whole thing through, but I do have on my Kindle, I have the Melody Malone, like Angels Take Manhattan book.
Oh, fun. Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Dang, I
Um,
kind of want to read it just to get the tea.
I know, me too. But yeah, I love her little Cleopatra look. It's very funny.
It's so good. Okay, so to back up like a second, one of the Roman soldiers comes up to 11 being like, "Oh my gosh, Caesar, hail Caesar,"
Oh yeah.
with like the lipstick smeared on his mouth, which is
Hmm.
just really great. But when 11 goes into the tent where River is as Cleopatra, this is honestly one of my favorite shots from them in this series. Like just the
Hmm.
panning from 11 to River and their conversation about how he's like, "You graffitied the oldest cliff face in the universe." And she's like, "You didn't answer your phone." So
That's their
good.
communication. I love it.
Me too. So full of sass. So good. I love it.
No, it's so good. Okay, I have. Oh wait. Okay, I'm skipping a few notes, but actually, I'm going back. This is where we finally see the painting
Yeah.
that everyone's been looking at, and it is so iconic. They did such a good job with this prop piece. It is a Vincent van Gogh painting. Also, we're saying Van Gogh again. I just realized that's
Van
embarrassing.
Gogh, Van Gogh,
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh.
It's a Vincent van Gogh painting of the exploding TARDIS. It's so good. The
Mm-hmm.
this did so well on the internet back in the day. Like I
Oh, yeah.
remember people putting this on like shoes. It was on every piece of merch. Like
Yeah.
it had the world gagged for a period of time, and I'm still gagged.
No, I'm so gagged. Like, this painting was gag of the century. Like, when I tell you, when I watched this episode for the first time, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was most definitely not that painting. Like,
Yeah,
at that point in time, to have that and it being a depiction of like the TARDIS exploding, like, actually so insane. So insane. Because
it's
like the
insane.
TARDIS was always like the one thing, like, yeah, there might be issues with it. There might be an episode or two about it, but like actually exploding never was the thought.
Yeah. No, and it looks so good. They did like such a good
Yeah.
job with it, and you believe it's a Vincent van Gogh painting. It's
Mhm.
it's actually so good. It's crazy.
It's so good. And I love that the door sign had the
Oh
date and
yeah.
map references, and it was titled The Pandorica Opens.
It's fitting. I love how then they're looking for the Pandorica and they're like trying to figure it out, and the doctor says, "Well, you'll want to remember where you put it." And of course, that leads them to Stonehenge. Have you been to Stonehenge?
No, I have not.
Oh, I figured you would have. That's funny.
Yeah, we wanted to, but I think I want to say it was like a couple of hours drive from London, and we didn't have enough time when we went to Europe.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I love. Oh, here we get where what is it? This or like fourth River Song outfit of the episode. Her like iconic white jacket. I like this look too.
Okay, I don't know if this is controversial, but this is one of my favorite River Song outfits.
Really, I do love it. I
Yeah,
my favorites are yet to come, but it's
yeah,
iconic.
it is iconic. Sorry, I lost my place in my notes. Oh, yeah, I wanted to say I this is what I love about this episode and what I love about the writing is even in the beginning of this episode, there's like hints of like what the end of this episode is going to be because 11 insists at the beginning, he's like, but the Pandorica is a fairy tale. It cannot be real, which is
Hmm.
like such a big hint to what we later learn on in this episode. But like in the beginning, you don't think anything about it. You just think it's another just random thing the doctor is saying. So that's just really good with in this episode.
And
And
then he's talking about how there was like this creature with all this bloodshed who fell from the sky, and they built the box to put the creature in, and it's like, hmm. uh,
hmm, huh. I also love how, like, after he says that, Amy asks him how it ended up there. And he says that, you know, fairy tales, a good wizard tricked it. And River just says, I hate good wizards and fairy tales. They always turn out to be him.
That's one of my favorite lines because it's so true.
No, it's actually so true. It's so funny. Something I did want to mention. So before they go into what they call the underhinge, which I love that they call it that. I love
Oh,
that they
that
go
is funny.
under. We discover this river has not been to the Byzantium yet, and she tells Amy spoilers, which I love the way she says spoilers to Amy in this episode.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to think about how you like imagine hearing something so casually about your future, like the way Amy says it in this episode, and you just have to be like, don't know what that is. Moving on.
You just have to like block it out. Like that's the
Yeah.
thought of that is so crazy.
And so then I love just them like in this scene, going around the Pandorica talking about it. And
Mhm.
I love when the doctor's like, hello, you, have we met? So good.
So good. He's so like interested and fascinated, and it's great. I also this is what I really enjoy about this episode. And I know this is kind of random, but I love that there's a Cyberman head. I love that there's like different parts of the Cyberman body because it's very much a very big red herring in this episode to make you
Hmm.
think like, oh, this is going to be a Cyberman episode. Like, you know what to expect when we get like two different plot twists at the beginning of this episode.
Hmm. It becomes a real Avengers assemble of Doctor Who villains.
No, it really does. I wrote down all of them.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so, well, first off, I do have to mention that River starts clocking that because the Stonehenge has been transmitting a signal everywhere all at once, they've got incoming company, which kind of like gets her to start like panicking. Eleven's panicking, but we got Daleks, Cybermen, Centaurans. We also have the pterodactyl, which I searched that one up. That's a fifth Doctor like alien.
Hmm. Dang.
Then we have the Slitheen.
Yeah. Uh, kind of sad we don't get to see a Slitheen.
No, I'm really sad we don't get to see a Slitheen. Am I the only one, by the way, who has Jackie Tyler's voice yelling, "It's a Slitheen" every time you hear Slitheen?
I'm sure you're not, but no, that's not me, but I love that.
Yeah, we also have Chelonians. I didn't search that one up. We have the Nestine throwback,
Mm-hmm.
Draven. Don't know. We have the Sycorax.
The Sycorax mention. This
Yeah,
is my Super Bowl because if you listen to our Christmas Invasion episode, you know that we love the Sycorax and we are still
yeah,
waiting for their return.
we are. We really are. There also is the Hamogoth. There's Zygons, which at this point we had yet to see.
Yeah,
And
that's
New Who.
fun.
Yeah. The Traxi, which is a callback to the 11th hour.
Oh, right.
And then we have the Draconians, and we also have the Silurians. And then there was another alien that I want to say was like the type of alien that was in Love and Monsters, but I also don't like in the brief clip of Tin and Rose with
Oh,
the
oh
that's the
yeah.
wrong
I think we
bucket.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but we do get to see those paradigm Daleks once again.
Mm-hmm. I love when like at first they think it's just the Daleks, and the doctor's
Yeah.
like immediately trying to think of what to do about like 15,000 Dalek ships, and he's like, they'd never expect three people to attack 15,000 Dalek ships because they'd be killed instantly.
No, it's so funny.
Hmm.
And River and Amy are just like not down with it. They're like, dude.
Yeah, and then they realize they're Cybermen too, and he's like, "Oh, perfect! They'll turn against each other."
Yeah. But then once River starts listing all the others, he is like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
And I really love Matt's acting in this scene because he really captures the terror 11 clearly has in this moment, realizing it's not just the Daleks, it's not just the Cybermen, it's literally the most insane guest list for the Pandorica. Like all of his ops, like all together.
When you show up to the club and all your ops are there.
Take me home. Take me home.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how even River's like, pack it up. We can't do this.
She's like, just this once, literally, just run. Like, go away. Leave us be. We'll be fine. You just need to go.
Yeah, and he's right. He's like, run where? Like, there's nowhere
Yeah,
to go at this point.
there really isn't. And one of my, I don't know why this stuck out to me, but this is something that just keeps repeating in a loop in my mind is when 11 is like talking to the box and he's like, what are you? What could you possibly be? The way he says that,
Mhm.
it's good.
It is. It is. I love his like curiosity around it. It's so
Mm-hmm.
doctory.
It is. And that's when he's like, guess what? We got the Romans. And that's what we got on my ops is we got the
We
Romans.
got the Roman Empire.
Yeah. And so he's like, River, go to the TARDIS. And I feel like I skipped over stuff. What did I
Yeah,
skip
he's
over?
going. She doesn't go to the TARDIS. She goes to get the Romans.
Thank you for the correction.
Yeah. And this is where Amy finally confronts the Doctor about the ring. She asks if he's planning to propose to anyone.
I love this scene so much, but should I confess what 13-year-old me used snapshots? Okay, I need to be so clear.
I
Okay.
know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So 13-year-old me loved the screen caps, like the screenshots of this moment with like the words on the screen, because 13-year-old delusional me was like, yeah, for Rose Tyler.
Yeah. No, because there would be edits on YouTube. Like I
Yeah.
think I talked about this like 2 weeks ago. Like some crack edits people would make of like random 11th Doctor scenes with random Billy Piper scenes. And this was always in there, acting like this scene was about Rose when it has nothing to do with her, of course.
Yeah. The delusions, they were just on another level back in the day.
They were. Yeah, I was not expecting us to bring that up, but I'm so glad we did. Because it is
Yeah.
those edits and like those like I don't know, people just putting random scenes together, like it does live in my head rent free, and I always think about it when I'm
Yeah.
watching this scene.
I am so glad I'm not alone. I was really worried it would be just me bringing
I
this
thought it
up.
was gonna be just me.
Oh.
11 roses everywhere for those with eyes to see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100. Yeah. Yeah. And there is a 12 rose moment. Is there actually? No. But
No,
Rebecca knows the one I'm talking about.
I feel like I could. Oh, there's a few. There's a few. We'll get to
Yeah.
it. Okay. I like the line when he says, nothing is ever forgotten, not completely, and he's kind of
Mm-hmm.
trying to like nudge her to remember. And I just really like that sentiment that nothing is ever fully gone and not like fully forgotten. I think it's sweet and very true to this episode.
Yeah. I really love that sentiment. And like at the beginning of that, he also says, people fall out of the world sometimes, but they always leave traces. I find that really beautiful as well. And it really ties into, just because someone's like out of your world or quote unquote doesn't exist anymore, there's still traces of them. They're still there somehow. And it's a really beautiful quote that really stood out to me watching this episode.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and then we finally get to the question we've all been asking this entire series.
Yeah.
Amy, why do you have such a big ass house?
Thank goodness he finally asked her that question, because why are there so many rooms? Where is literally everyone? We still don't have answers about her aunt, and we're never going to get answers about her aunt even when
No.
everything's fixed, because but like this aunt, she's so neglectful, like so neglectful from the time Amelia was a child.
Yeah, and then like all of Amy's childhood stuff is like just laid out in one of the
Yeah.
rooms. Like it's very
Why?
odd.
No, it is. It's very odd.
But I love the line, does it ever bother you, Amy, that your life doesn't make any sense? Imagine someone saying that to you, and it's so true. Like all the things,
Yeah.
her not remembering the Daleks, her big house, like her weird aunt, like her
What's
life
what
doesn't
happened to her
make sense. Where
parents?
are her parents?
Yeah, and right as like the wheels are just slowly starting to turn in her mind, that's when this Cyberman head. Sorry, I'm laughing because I don't call this the Cyberman head. I call this the Cyberman octopus.
Oh, I call it the cyberhead.
It's like the head with like all the wires, so it gives octopus to me. Cyber
Okay, this
octopus.
thing is scary. Like, this is
No, it's
genuinely
so scary.
scary. All the wires going after her, and then like the helmet opens and it's just a skull,
It's a
and then
skull?
it starts like eating her face.
No, actually, so insane. And like 11 is like literally like shocked to be in one place, frozen, whatever it is that happens.
She gets
It's
drugged, like
crazy.
it shoots like
Yeah,
a dart at her.
it does. And you know what? Amy Pond is a queen because even though she got a dart in her, she's like, "Oh no, you will not," and she gets
Mhm.
free from that Cyberman head, which is a huge feat to
Yeah.
accomplish.
And of course, who is it that has to come and, sword the cyberhead thing?
Do you remember your reaction watching this for the first time?
Yeah, I kind of do. Just being like, Rory, like just being like so gagged and shocked because I had a lot of something we'll discuss in series 6 is I had a lot of spoilers for this era in general, but I didn't have
Oh,
spoilers for this and most of Rory's arc, to be honest. So this was very fun and exciting to see.
I wish I could remember like in detail my reaction. I do just remember confusion. That's what I do remember. That's the only thing I remember is confusion, unfortunately.
The tracks.
Um and valid because I feel like watching this episode for the first time, especially if you're new to Doctor Who, it's a trip.
But that's me with the series 6 plot. Like it took me a few watches to understand what was going on there.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But I love like the moment Rory gets revealed, Amy just passes out.
mhm.
And he's so happy to see her. Like I got
Yeah.
really emotional watching this episode today, thinking about like how hard this whole experience must have been for Rory. Like he literally tells the doctor he like kind of started to think it was all a dream and
Yeah.
like he was dying and then woke up a Roman and like knew everything about being a Roman and then like he just is going on with his life and then finally he hears about like these two people coming to the camp and he thinks they're there for him, that they came to go get him.
Yeah, he tells 11, I thought you'd come back and get me, but she doesn't even remember me. Ah,
It's so sad. But
so sad.
before that, the doctor's like, talking to Rory. Doesn't even like fully clock that Rory's there, but he's like talking directly to him, acknowledging him. He says, I'm not exactly one to miss the obvious. And then he's like, I feel like I'm missing something. It's right in front of me. And Rory says, yeah, I think you probably are.
Yeah, no, that is so funny because 11 walks away after Rory says that, and you just hear him drop what he had been holding and just come back and just like poke Rory and inspect him and be like, how are you here? Like, what is happening? It's really funny.
I'm not
This
trying to
line
be
is,
rude, but you died.
yeah, so like, what's the situation here? How are you here? This line just makes me think of earlier in the episode when 11 starts clocking that Amy's Roman Empire is the Roman Empire. And
she is the Roman Empire boyfriend.
yeah. And, you know, the Pandora's box is her favorite story. And he's like, never ignore a coincidence unless you're busy, in which case, always ignore a coincidence. So, like, that line paired with, like, missing the obvious with Rory, just that's
Yeah,
11 for you.
it's great. I'd be so pissed if I was Rory in this scene. Like, hello, I'm alive. I'm back from the dead and I'm a Roman.
Yeah.
Like, can we talk about that for a second?
No, I would be really upset, but also if I had been traveling with a doctor, I would have probably been a little bit used to the doctor. Like, his
Yeah.
mind goes so fast that sometimes it takes him a minute to get
Yeah.
there.
So that's so true. I love his reaction, Rory's reaction to learning that he was erased from existence. He's like, wait, what? I love the line, I died and turned into a Roman. It's very distracting.
Can you imagine being shot by that dang centurion and then the next thing you know, you're back in the Roman Empire?
That would suck.
I would be so upset at just like the loss of infrastructure, the loss of plumbing,
I
the
mean,
loss of
if you had to go
electricity.
back though, I feel like the Roman Empire is like a pretty good one to go back to because it was
Fair
like
enough.
so like high tech is not the right word because there was any tech, but for back then, like they were
Yeah.
high tech.
No, that is true. That is true. They were the top of the top back in the day.
Yeah.
So I guess better the Roman Empire than like, I don't know, sometime else in time before then.
Yeah. It makes me so sad when he asked, "Did she miss me?" about Amy. Like, yes, but she also didn't remember you.
Remember you? But like, yeah, she did miss you. Like, it's complicated. It's
Mhm.
timey-wimey. And after this is when 11 is like, I'm gonna make history.
He said, "I'm going to the president of Disney Channel and I'm making history." And that's what he did. And this is the most iconic 11th Doctor
Mm-hmm.
scene of all time.
If any of you have issues with 11 at this point or past this point, I don't know what to say to you because this is the Doctor. This isn't just 11, this is the Doctor in this
Hmm.
scene. Incredible, amazing, phenomenal, legendary performance by Matt Smith. I love how he says, "Hello, Stonehenge," and just
Hmm.
says, "Because I am talking." Love when the
Yes.
Doctor says that. It's so good.
Hmm. It is. I just love when he's like, and then, and he's just like, remember
Mm-hmm.
every dark day I ever stopped you, and then let someone else try first. Like, it's so good. Matt Smith is
Mm-hmm.
like on old tens here. He's so
Mm-hmm.
good. And it's all built like the doctor's, he's getting more confident. He's understanding like his kind of bigger place in the universe that he's having at this point. And it's all
Yeah.
leading to the day where he's gonna make another big grand speech and go higher than he's ever been and then fall further than he'll ever go.
So true. So true.
Yeah. But there, like, what is there even to say about this speech? Like, it's one of those things in the show where it's like, it's so famous, it's so good, it's so iconic. Like, no notes. Like, what
Yeah,
can we even say about it?
exactly. Go watch it. Rewatch
Go watch
it.
it.
Like
Yeah,
it's so good. I also love how he tells Amy, he's like, that will keep them busy for about like 30 minutes.
yeah. The other Romans there must be so confused.
No, they have to be so confused.
Yeah.
So confused. Like, what's in the sky? What's going down? But speaking of the Romans, a little bit earlier on in the episode, when River kind of goes back to get them, it cracks me up how she is making jokes because they clocked that she wasn't the real Cleopatra, because at that point, the real Cleopatra had died and was in Egypt and yada, yada, yada.
Hmm.
And she's making jokes, and the Roman guy just goes, "The sky is falling and you're making jokes? Who are you?" It's
Yeah.
just really funny the way he says it and the way that it's phrased. I love how she like shoots the like whatever it is in the tent, and they're all like, "What was that? What did you use? What is that contraption?"
No, that scene is really funny. Imagine like showing back up to your job and finding out like everyone in your camp has just like lost their minds.
No, that would be actually insane. I would
Yeah.
be so upset. I would be like,
Hmm.
"This is not my." I was about to say, "This is not my crew. This isn't a
This is
spaceship.
not my crew.
This is not my fleet of soldiers. Whip it into shape." Like, I would be so upset. I would be so mad. I would be like, I was trying to go on a sabbatical there for a minute, and I come back, and you have fallen for the hallucinogenic lipstick. How dare you?
Classic.
But yeah, sorry. Flashing forward to where we were talking about after the legendary speech, that's when River heads to the TARDIS. And the TARDIS, she's upset. She has an
Yeah.
upset stomach. Like, she has anxiety. She's not feeling well.
She's not doing good.
No.
And we end up at Amy's house.
Yeah, which when River goes to Amy's house, someone had already been there because the front door is broken. There's like burn marks on the ground. There's like some damage inside the house.
I love when she's looking at all of like Amy's doctor stuff and she says, "Oh, doctor, why do I let you out?"
Yeah. Again, the trauma that Amy endured growing up, being told that the doctor was an imaginary friend and being told she's crazy and all of this, literally being put in so many therapists only for the night before her wedding for him to come. Like, that trauma is insane. And then her fiance is erased from time, and then they're here. It's crazy. And River is there at the house. Like, the date she's there at the house is the wedding date.
Yeah. No. It's crazy. I love seeing her like wandering through the house and finding the book and then realizing all the Romans are like from the book. And this is when we find out that your favorite villains are back, the Autons.
Okay, look. Are they my favorite villains of all time? Not really, but like,
No.
there's a certain
Yeah.
campness to them. The plot twist of all of the Romans being Autons, all of this being from Amy's childhood, like imagination and memories, like all of that, actually the most insane thing
It
ever.
is insane. Yeah, and seeing the Autons back after all this time was
Mm-hmm.
such a gag.
Such a gag, especially when they all activate at the same time and you just see all of their heads drop, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is bad. This is serious. And oh my gosh, Arthur, Darville, I love you so much, King. Like, Rory fighting against the Auton in him to like stay and not hurt Amy, and like trying to get her to remember through all of this. Like, what a performance.
Oh, it's so good and so sad. I love just before all this is happening, he like goes up to her and she has that
Mhm.
blanket and he's like, "So who gave you the blanket? Who do I need to talk to?" Very funny. Um,
That's so cute that he's jealous.
I know. She's like, "What does it matter?" But yeah, this is such a good scene. Oh, and of course she's doing our favorite thing.
She's crying and she doesn't know why.
Yeah, and then she's like, "I'm happy," and she like even starts laughing like she's so happy. It's so sweet. She's so happy to see him.
Yeah. And she like doesn't know why. Then she starts remembering, and she's like, Rory Williams, my boyfriend. How could I forget? Which I will say, the boyfriend bit takes me out a little bit. I'm like, why didn't you say
I think
fiance?
I know, but I always really love that line. I don't know how to explain it, but I've always really loved it and the way she says it, like my boyfriend. Like it's just so cute and
Valid.
like innocent and young. I don't know. There's something about it that really works for me. Just the way she says, "Rory Williams from Ledworth, my boyfriend." Like it's so pure.
It is. really pure and just really sweet. I'll agree to that. I
Yeah.
I love that interaction and how she says, "You are Rory Williams and you're never going anywhere again."
It's so, see, they're so good at this point. Like,
Yeah.
and she's just so happy to see him, and that he's just like begging her to go. And then when he shoots her, it's so sad. And like the face acting from Karen, I always talk about her face acting, but her face acting here is so good when she gets shot.
And Arthur's too, just like
Mm-hmm.
him being frozen in shock, like he did not want that to happen. Like Amy Pond getting shot, actually insane. And then we like switch to the Doctor and we find out the villain Avengers have assembled. They've created an alliance together. The Daleks and the Cybermen have gotten on enough to form an alliance. Like, that's how
Mm-hmm.
bad. This is how big all of this is. And they're like, "Mhm, you're going in there. That
I
is
love,
you."
yeah, I love when they're like, we teamed up to save the universe from you.
From you.
It's a reverse Uno situation.
Yeah, and like the ultimate Uno reverse card. I love
Mm-hmm.
how, like, right before they say, "Now, we've come to save the universe from you," 11 is like slightly touched there for a second. He's like, "Oh, you came to me to help save the universe." They are so quick. They're like, "Oh, don't you
No.
even." Absolutely not.
Um, and despite all this, they're still so dumb because they don't know about River Song.
Yeah, and they're like, "No one can pilot the TARDIS except the Doctor." First of all, that's just false information. You're dumb.
Fake, fake news. Like what?
Second off, you all think the cracks came from the Doctor? Now, I will. To be fair, the TARDIS appears to be the center of the explosion, so technically, is it the Doctor's fault? Maybe, but not the way they're reporting it to be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, and well, sorry, I'm just laughing at my own notes, but yeah, and that's it. And Matt Smith has some great acting here too, like his
Yeah.
kind of reaction to realizing he's being put in this box. It's kind of horrifying.
No, it is. Sorry, I'm laughing at my notes now because the Evil Alliance, that's what I'll call them, the Evil Alliance is like, "All reality is threatened, all universes will be deleted." And I just wrote, "This is the real reality war."
So true.
But no, I agree with you. Like, I love like Matt's acting in that moment when he's in the Pandorica box. 11 just being like, "No, you don't understand. Like, this will like erase the entire universe. Like, everything will cease to exist. Like, you don't understand what you're doing." And you just see the box, like, we just see him like being pushed into the box
Yeah.
and the box closing. So good.
Yeah, because all this is happening we haven't talked about, but like poor River is
Oh, yeah.
in the exploding TARDIS because of course she is. Of course she has to be there.
Of course she is, and she is stuck in a loop of running to the TARDIS door and back to the console and saying, "Sorry, my love." And then opening the door and like she can't get out. It's a wall, it's a rock, it's a, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, she can't get out.
Yeah, and the doctor knows all this, and he's like, "I'm the only one that can stop it." But of course, the Alliance is like, "We're not listening. We don't
Yeah.
know." But yeah, it's what an ending. Just the whole universe just ends.
Okay. Okay, so this is something I love from the ending of this episode, and I kind of forgot about it, is that we kind of like zoom out. So we see, the evil Avengers, we zoom out, then we get like the shot of Earth from space, and then we just see all the stars disappearing, and then the music just abruptly stops.
Mm,
Whoever decided that, I don't know if that was Moffat who came up with that himself or if like someone else suggested it and he went with it. Whoever suggested that, you are genius because that takes the breath out of your lungs. Like, oh,
yeah,
the Earth is here,
yeah,
but where's everything else?
yeah. No, it's so good. It's a great ending, great setup, a great first part for the finale.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to talk about the Big Bang.
No, I am so excited to talk about the Big Bang. Something really quick that I wanted to bring up that we didn't mention, but this is a 11th Doctor moment that I love quite a bit. It is when he yells, "Look at me, I'm a target."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, me too. He has so many like quick moments, like watching this
Yeah.
episode and trying to take notes. It's like you have to pause every 5 seconds because he's doing something that's so fun and interesting, and he's talking like a
Mm-hmm.
mile a minute, and everything is like so interesting. Yeah, he's so good. Matt Smith, like he just plays
Yeah.
this character so well, going literally a mile a minute, like talking about everything, anything and everything. He's just so good.
So good. Yeah, I was just looking over all of my notes right now to see if we missed anything, but I
Mm-hmm.
think we got it all. Incredible episode, so strong in my opinion. I look forward to this episode every time I watch it, and I cannot wait to discuss the Big Bang and all the timey-wiminess that episode
Mm-hmm.
brings.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And we got, we're on a good run. Like the next five
Yeah.
episodes, some of my
Mm,
favorites. But yeah, and then because this is a two-parter, we will be doing Star of the Show, Heart of the Episode, and reviews from the past next week.
yes, but until then, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at timeywimePod.
And email us anything and everything to timeywimePod@gmail.com. We'll be doing our Series 5 wrap up in 2 weeks. So send in your
Yeah,
thoughts about Series 5. Tell us your favorite Amy outfits. Tell us your favorite River outfits. Tell us your
yeah.
favorite character moments. And we'll read it on the episode.
Yeah, tell us your favorite side character. If you have any hot takes, let us know
Yeah.
and we'll read those as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are your favorite like moments from the series that like ended up on the internet and just like were there forever and like
Mm-hmm.
always on Tumblr and everything? I want to hear it.
Me too.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for listening to this episode. So grateful to have you guys listening. It's such an honor, and we will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.